howdy and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Kathryn, the Aerogarden Homesteader, and today I am making a freezer meal. It is mac and cheese with some chicken in it, and as you can see I got some butter melted. It's a half a cup of butter or one stick depending on where you are, if your butter comes in sticks. And I put in an equal amount of flour. So I have half a cup of butter, half a cup of flour. I want to make sure I try to get some of the lumps out, but I also want to cook the flour so that it doesn't have that floury taste. I'm doing this over kind of a medium-low heat, and I will be making, well, this is a roux right now, but I'm going to be making a white sauce, and then I'm going to be adding cheese to it to make a cheese sauce. Then I will jazz it up with some stuff. And if you're trying to keep track of things, today is another crazy day. Yesterday was the chicken day. I had all of the chickens cooking in the oven. Now today I'm making stock, but the cheese is going to expire, and rather than let it sit and go bad, I'm trying to get that out of the way. Plus it'll free up room in the fridge, although it won't free up room in the freezer because I'm about to generate a bunch of freezer meals. But I will be able to put some chicken in here because I have lots of chicken. I have not canned it yet. So, okay, so that is cooked. So what I'm going to do, blow it off the heat a little bit. I'm going to get some milk. I'm also going to consult my recipe. I don't know how much milk to add. 1.5 cups of half and half, which I don't have, and 2.5 cups of milk. So that's 4 cups of liquid total. I'm probably just going to be using all milk. We'll see. I do have lots of chicken stock right now, so I could use some of that. Let's see how much milk I even have. Look at that. I almost had enough. Oh, no, I do have enough. It hit the 4-cup line. Okay, so for this part, I'm going to want to whisk. Just so I don't have any lumps. You guys see okay? There we go. So I'm just going to whisk it in a little at a time to help keep the lumps at bay. Try to not make too big of a mess. Okay. Now that I got some of that in there, I'm going to put it back on the heat and start warming it up so I can create a thickening sauce. If I had left it on the heat, it would have probably lumped up a little bit. We've gotten too hot too fast, is pretty much what would have happened. So, okay, I have put the temperature back up a little bit. I'm closer to medium, but I'm still just below it. I'm going to just let this come up to temperature, let it thicken, clean up my mess, and in the meantime, I have a whole bunch of cheese to shred. Let me check. I need 4 cups. I need 7 total, but I need 4 cups of probably something like this. And I've got a little bit of sharp cheddar and a little bit of Colby Jack here, so I'll just add what I need. And then I got a bunch of chicken to put in as well, because it's chicken day, and I have lots of chicken. So we like to shop the sales, and this was on sale at our local gross out. So we picked one up, because why not? The only problem with it was uncut, so we couldn't really use it for sandwiches. I did cut some of it using fine thread to cut it as a sandwich style meat or cheese, but I have to use it up. Now I do have an attachment for my mixer that'll do cheese, but I think it likes the hard cheese, not the soft cheese. I'm afraid if I put it in, it'll bung up the blade, and I've already done that once, and it twisted the plastic mechanism. Plastic, yay! So I have to be careful what I do with the attachments from now on, until I can get a replacement part. I do want to keep an eye on this. Start relatively frequently so it doesn't scorch to the bottom or just burn. This might use a lot less cheese than I thought it was going to. If I can't use up all of the cheese for this, which I don't think is going to happen, I will end up shredding the rest of it, putting it on a tray and freezing it, and then I can put it in a Ziploc bag and use it later, which will be good. It is a nice cheese. It's not a very flavorful cheese, but it's good for cooking flavorful things with. I will be adding some stuff to this to jazz it up a little bit, because the cheese isn't doing the jazzing up. Okay, that is starting to get hot. I am slowly going to add in some of this cheese. Probably want to add it in about 1/4 to 1/2 cup at a time, and then stir it in. This will prevent clumping. It will also make sure it melts evenly. Okay, well that was the cheese that's easy to melt. Probably because it's highly processed. Now I'm going to add some of this. And I'm going to probably try to get most of that to melt before I add in any of the Colby Jack. Okay, I'm going to add some Colby Jack. Okay, so I just got to let this all melt together, get nice and smooth. Then I can start spicing it up and tasting it and see how it's doing. Okay, so I took out some stuff. This is salt. Always add some salt. It's a little bit of smoked paprika. I'm going to just put in a little bit of it. Some white pepper. You can use regular pepper. I'm just running out, so I'm going to use the white since it's a white sauce. I got some onion powder and garlic powder. I'm just going to add some. Comes out slow. Probably about a teaspoon of each and start from there, because I can always add more. Can't really take it out. Paprika I'm actually just going to put in a small 3-finger pinch, because that can get a little overwhelming if you put too much in. White pepper, teaspoon of that as well, and I'll start with a teaspoon of salt-ish. It's probably closer to 1/2. And then I will give this a taste. It's getting there. I need to switch back over to my wooden spoon. Actually, I'm going to take a quick taste here. That's nice. It's missing something though. Okay. Back to ye old wooden spoon. Okay. A little more paprika, but not too much. Okay, let's give that a try. It's a little weird just eating cheese sauce by itself. Like, normally you would have queso with something, or like a cheese dip with something. That's much better. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add more salt. And I know it looks like a lot of salt, but bear with me. I was watching a video where a chef, cook, somebody was doing meal prep, and they did not pre-cook their pasta. They added extra salt and extra water. I'll link the video if you want to watch it yourself and see all of the trials that they did to show how they got it to work. I mean, it just worked. So I can link that. I think it was Adam Ragusia. Anyways, I am working with uncooked pasta. So I added extra salt. I will mix all this together and I will add extra water. Now what I want to do is make sure I have enough salt. I want to be able to taste the salt. Oh yeah. Yep. That's salty. Okay. I'm going to take that off the heat. I'm going to mix in my cold chicken. It's just bits that I didn't think would do well with the canning. So I went through and pulled out all the bits and pieces. So there might be some big pieces in there, but I don't care. I'm the one eating it. Okay. And then I'm going to, I know this might seem like an odd ingredient, but I'm going to put some corn in. So when I grew up, my mother would always put corn in to a box of Kraft Dinner or mac and cheese or whatever you call it. And it was just what I ate, you know, it's just a memory, you know. So, mac and cheese doesn't quite taste right if it doesn't have corn in it for me. Okay, so that is that. That's a big long piece of chicken. Okay. You able to see this? Okay. I'm going to put that in there, but I might need some oven mitts because the pot might be hot. You might not see this either. And my bowl might be too small. Oh boy. Maybe I should have done it the other way around. Yeah, you know what? I might put that back in the pot. Although I might be committed at this point. This was slightly less than 2 pounds of pasta. Taking bets on this being messy. Ugh. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I'll cut that out. Okay, there we go. We're not going to let that go to waste. Put that back in the pot. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, gotta get some water now. Okay, I'm just guessing here. Now I do believe the video, he says to put in the same weight of water that you put in of pasta. I definitely think my pot's not big enough for this. Oh, that's close. Okay. Wash my hands for the millionth time. Okay, let's get this all incorporated. Now I'm hoping it'll just be a loose, sloppy mess that will firm up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now, when I put these in the dishes, I will try to account for expansion space, which could be easier said than done. Okay. Clean up a little. I feel like I need a ladle. Which I threw in the sink. Okay. That looks pretty good, I hope. just going to go in a Tupperware, and then I'll just pour it in something else when I bake it up. So that is it. I can top it with breadcrumbs and cheese, but I think what I might do is let it freeze, and then when I take it out of the freezer, I'll put the breadcrumbs on and the cheese, because then I don't have to worry about it sinking in as much. This will have a chance. The noodles will absorb some of this liquid. The cheese will also kind of set a little bit while it's cooling, and this will thicken it a little. I'm afraid if I just put cheese on top, it'll just sink to the bottom. So this is probably the better way to go, and then I will just deal with it then. It's kind of like a deferred problem. I'm deferring this problem till later. I don't know if I'll have an example to show you when I bake this all up, because I'm putting them in the freezer and I don't know when this video will get posted compared to when I'm putting all these in the freezer. I can try to bake up the one that I saved in the Tupperware, but we got a lot of chicken, so this was chicken week. I'm going to wrap it up here, but if I do have a picture, I will make sure to include it. I hope you found this useful. I hope you like watching freezer meals and how they come together. This is something that's kind of new for me. I'm trying to use stuff from my pantry. This pasta was food storage pasta that I had gotten from someone else. It came in a Mylar bag and it was all sealed, but it was getting a little old. And then the cheese was stuff that we had kind of sitting around that we had bought on sale. Everything is just kind of stuff that we had in our pantry, so I will be putting this in the freezer and I will have meals for later, which is awesome. This is from the Tupperware that I set aside. I put in just a small splash of water, maybe a quarter cup, and I used Italian breadcrumbs on top with some Parmesan cheese. Covered it for about 45 minutes and then uncovered for about 10, and it was really good. I think I could have used more pepper, but that's just me. I hope you found this useful. Make sure you like and share so other people can also find it. This also lets you find this video later. You can always search your history for videos that you have watched. And I hope you have subscribed, because that helps me, it helps you. It's just an all-around good thing. And I will see you next time on the Aerogarden Homestead.